everyone, it's Rohan here. Hope you're having an amazing day. With the summer upon us, it's time for another Summer EDC roundup. If you remember last year, I did a similar video, but since then I've made a few changes. So in today's video, we're going to be covering the bag that I'm using, some of the tech I'm carrying, and some of the everyday gear that I'm using. First up is the bag, and I'm using this Bravo Sling Mini 2 from Alpaka. When I was looking for a crossbody, I knew that I wanted something compact, but still roomy enough to fit all of my things. And this one genuinely surprised me. Inside, you have a simple set of pockets for smaller things, and then this bigger compartment for something like an iPad mini or a Nintendo Switch. I kind of like that the layout is really simple because then I don't have to dig through a bunch of pockets just to find my things. On the outside, it's made of recycled fabric and Cordura nylon, which is super rugged and water resistant. Plus, these zips are really high quality with these aqua guards to protect your things from the elements. Three other things that I did want to mention real quick. One is the quick release buckle that snaps into place and stays secure while you're wearing it. The hidden pocket that hugs really close to your body, so if you're traveling, you can store something like your passport or your phone. And then on the front is this carabiner in this front pocket that has a magnetic quick release to make it really convenient to access your keys. Now, if the mini is not your thing, the Bravo Sling does come in 2 additional sizes for extra carrying capacity. Okay, let's move on to some of the tech because there's quite a bit to cover here. First up is my smartphone, which is the iPhone 16 Pro. And 9 months later, it's been a big upgrade over my older 13 Pro. There's definitely some cool stuff like the snappier A18 Pro chip, as well as the titanium body. And I could go on and on about the specs, but really the 16 Pro breaks down into 3 key improvements for me. First up is USB-C. I'm so glad to be finally ditching the Lightning port, and it's been really convenient to only have to carry one cable around. Topping up my device has been really quick when it needs a charge, and data transfers have been especially convenient when moving large files around. Second are the cameras. That bump to 48 megapixels has been a really big improvement. Pictures definitely look sharper, and I love the ability to adjust things like tone and warmth after a photo has been taken. Video also looks crisp, with the ability to shoot ProRes up to 4K 60, and the flexibility of the log shooting mode is something I've been dying for in a phone camera. Of course, this year, the big new feature is the camera control. Now, is it easier to make adjustments directly from the screen? Probably. But what I have found it useful for is quickly launching the camera from my pocket without looking at the screen. Third, and probably the feature that I use the most, is the integration with ChatGPT. It's no secret that Siri lacks some of its, say, intelligence, but I do appreciate they at least integrated ChatGPT. Especially for those more complex questions, it's great to get a detailed response back rather than the generic "here's what I found on the internet." Overall, it's a well put together device, and I think it was well worth it for me to wait the 3 years to upgrade. Paired with my iPhone is the grip case from Dbrand. I've actually featured this case in a previous video, so I'll leave a link up to that somewhere in the top right. But to recap, it's a pretty thick and tough case with, well, a lot of grip. There's a fine dot texture around the entire case, and it's reinforced with these grip strips on the side. The buttons have a really good feeling and are satisfyingly clicky when you press them. The camera control is completely covered, and the camera cutout has a really good lip to it to protect the cameras from damage. One really cool feature is the lack of any wobble when you lay it down on a table. So of course, the iPhone 16 Pro has some really big cameras, so when you lay it down, it tends to wobble on its own. But what Dbrand has done is they've extended the rubber on both sides, so when you lay it flat, it doesn't really move. It's a really clever feature if you ask me. Of course, I can't talk about the Dbrand case without talking about the skin. So here I'm rocking the dark circuit skin. It's got a really techie look to it, and I like that the detailing is raised so you can feel the texture. I am though looking to try something new, so if you have any skin or case recommendations, leave them in the comments down below. Now, one of the newer items I've been really excited about is the Nintendo Switch 2. I've been a huge fan of the Switch ever since it came out, and even when the OLED model dropped, I ran to the store to pick it up. With the Switch 2 though, everything is kind of better. Better performance, better build quality, better Joy-Cons, and even a better screen at 1080p and up to 120 Hz. I've definitely noticed the bigger jump between this and the original Switch, or even the OLED model for that matter. But the big changes are also in the small details. There's USB-C ports on the bottom and the top, which makes playing and charging way more flexible. The Joy-Con Joy-Cons magnetically attach, which makes them less prone to breaking and way more secure than the old rail system. And finally, the dock, which supports up to 4K 60 and comes with active cooling to keep the Switch 2 cooler for longer. Games are also better. Nintendo has already announced some pretty big titles like Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed that are coming for the Switch 2, but it's also backwards compatible with the old games, so you can enjoy better quality and smoother gameplay. This summer though is going to be all about Mario Kart World. Look, some of my friends reign supreme in Smash and others in Mario Party, but Kart is my domain. I've actually spent a bit of time playing the new game, and so far it's been amazing. There's new mechanics to learn, new shortcuts to discover, and new strategies to find. Safe to say, the Switch 2 is not leaving my bag anytime soon. Switching things up, this summer I do plan on doing a bit more outdoor running. It's a great workout and really focuses on stamina and cardio. With that in mind, I actually picked up these PowerBeats Pro 2, and they're kind of designed with fitness in mind. So you can see here, they have these ear hooks similar to the first gen, but these are a lot more pliable and flexible for adjustment. So you literally just put them on and they stay secure and don't really move around. What's new this year is the integration of these heart rate sensors that link into something like Apple Health to give you an idea of what your heart rate is like throughout a workout. But especially for someone like me that constantly wears his earbuds throughout the day, this is really great for monitoring my resting and recovery periods as well. Battery life is also great, with up to 9 hours on a single charge and up to 45 hours with the case. Of course, with earbuds like these, it's all about the sound. Now, these do come with a punchy bass and clarity in the mids and the highs. If you're a fan of the Beats profile, you'll feel right at home with these. They do come with active noise canceling, and it's pretty good, but I wouldn't say it's as good as something like the AirPods Pro 2, from which this actually shares a lot of its DNA. It's the same story with the mics. They're good, but not as good as the AirPods Pro 2. They do come in 4 really cool colors, including this electric orange. So if you're looking for a good workout bud, these are definitely worth checking out. Of course, no Summer EDC is ready to go without some extra juice. Now, I know I wanted to get something that could easily charge up my phone, but also bigger devices like maybe my Nintendo Switch or even a laptop when the plug is a little bit further away. So this is a power bank from Ugreen, and it's packing some pretty beefy numbers. 25,000 milliamp hours of capacity, up to 145 watts of charging, and comes with 2 USB-Cs and a USB-A, so there's plenty of ports and juice to go around. And it comes with a handy display to tell you how much capacity is left over. But if this is not quite your size, Ugreen has a full lineup of battery banks with different capacities and sizes, so you'll definitely find something for you. Next up is this portable SSD from ORICO. Now, I usually like to carry a bit of extra storage around with me. Makes it super convenient if I need to transfer footage from my camera or move some files from my phone to my laptop. This one comes with 512 gigs of storage with speeds up to 2000 megabytes per second and has MagSafe so you can slap it on the back of your iPhone. I actually found this to be fast enough to record ProRes footage directly from the iPhone, and then later on move that footage directly to my MacBook. And to round out my tech, I have this really short USB-C cable from Beats. It's super short, but honestly super clutch. It's got a really great feeling to it with this soft braiding, and it's the perfect length. No messy tangles, and no excess cabling. I actually toss this in my bag and sometimes forget that it's there, but it's one of those things that ends up being super useful. Next up on my wrist for this summer is a really fun timepiece. This is the NAS Edition Bauhaus 2 from Sternglas. It's actually part of a limited run of just over 300 units across 3 different colors. The one that I have here is in this bright yellow. It's almost like a sunflower yellow, and I love it for all the neat details and touches that it has. It's a 38mm case, but feels a lot smaller due to the thin profile. The markers are subtle with a minimal clean approach, and there's a date complication at the 6 o'clock position. On the back, there's a vibrant pattern etched into the case to pay homage to its Bauhaus roots. But by far my favorite part is the band. It kind of reminds me of a blend between a Milanese and a Tissot PRX. It's easy to take off and put back on, and the clasp is fully adjustable, so it'll always have the right fit. Now, as I did mention, this is limited edition, but I'd definitely go check out Sternglas's website for some of the other cool timepieces they have. In terms of wallets, I've been going back and forth between these two. First up is the Cassandra wallet from YSL. It's been my go-to wallet for a while now, and I really love this alligator skin on the outside with the gold YSL hardware on the front. It's got a ton of pockets for cards and cash, and you can see that it's patinaed really well over time. It is a bit on the chunkier side, so if you're looking for something a little bit more slim, I'd definitely check out the Oliver & Co Slim Card Holder. It comes in this really fun chili red color, has 4 slots for cards, plus a middle slot for something like cash or additional cards. And for those of you that are into sustainability, this wallet is actually made from leftover Apple waste, which is not something you see every day. Either way, between these two, you've got your bases covered. The YSL for everyday and the Oliver & Co for a lighter carry. While we're on the subject of wallets, one of the things that I carry is this tracking card from Nomad Goods. It comes in a really slim design. It's almost as thick as 2 credit cards and slots perfectly into the back of my wallet. The best part is that it's wirelessly rechargeable, and because it's magnetic, you can attach it to a MagSafe charger and it'll give you up to 6 months on a single charge. And it works with the Find My network, so I can instantly locate it with the Find My app. The last one is something I found really useful for capturing ideas on the go. This is the SnapFlow Action Inspiration Stand, and at its most basic, it's a phone stand with a notebook system that lays completely flat. It comes with 3 zones: a canvas to capture ideas, storage for your notes, and a reminder board to keep key tasks in sight. Plus, it comes with an integrated pen that lays completely flat. So all you have to do is fold it over and it's ready to write. Surprisingly, it's actually not that flimsy, and given its shape and size, it actually writes really well. And as I mentioned before, it's still a phone stand, which means you can watch a video or reference something while you make notes. I've actually been using this on my morning coffee runs, or when I'm at my desk and I want to do a bit of a brain dump without opening my phone. It's actually analog at its best. No distractions, just thought to paper. But hopefully you enjoyed taking a quick peek at what I'm carrying this summer. From the tech that powers my day to the gear that helps me get more done, and even a couple of fun additions to mix things up. Let me know down in the comments what are some of your go-to summer essentials, and if there's something that I should check out. I'm always looking to try out something new. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.